To likely little surprise, what we saw of Kingdom Hearts 4 a few weeks ago is actually the early game. When we open up the game in the future, we'll likely be greeted early on to this big city and environment. Main thing making us figure this already was what is looking to be Kingdom Hearts 4's Dark Side equivalent and the overall setting with Sora just waking up and being greeted in Quadratum, which is the aspect I actually wanted to focus on, where Sora is waking up. Not necessarily the location, which is in Minami Aoyama, hopefully I said that right, which is what Nomura said in Famitsu, but the idea of it. My boy Sora is moving up in the world, or down, depending on your perspective. He has his own spot, his own apartment maybe, and Shurlitzia, who either lives close by or with him, I don't know. In the snippets from the Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary Famitsu interview, which now there should be a full version being translated as we speak, that will be covering throughout the weekend, series director Tetsuya Nomura was asked a lot about this, and said that this will be the base for early parts of the game, which I might be going far with the interpretation, but traditionally, we don't see bases per se in Kingdom Hearts. Not one specified to early or late game. Closest things I can think of are Hollow Bastion, Driver's Town, and kinda Yensid's Tower. Well, Yensid's Tower is definitely a base, but we don't actually really visit it. But a lot of the time, these are just places we reconvene after a event in the story, perhaps like 2 or 3 times max. But from the sounds of it with this apartment, this area, this is probably an area we're going to be going back to a decent bit early game. Since we know Quadratum is likely the early section of Kingdom Hearts 4 and is probably just one huge world, this will be where our save point is, or whatever they decide to do. Maybe we don't have save points in Quadratum anymore. We probably just walk into the apartment and sleep on the couch or something. Wow, that's a very different vibe. Anyways, this makes me think about the flow of the world greatly. I'm imagining some sort of system, maybe similar to a mission-like structure, where you go out into the world and fight more things like this giant dark side perhaps, or you're doing a little research on how to get out of this world. Then at the end of the day, or perhaps on some dream job distance type stuff, Sora just passes out or the day resets in his room. There's definitely a lot of mystery going into this, and we know that Nomura is probably going to go out of his way to make this feel very different from what we traditionally have with Kingdom Hearts. I mean, this is the other side after all. What Sora and characters like Shurlitzia would typically see as a fictional world, something that doesn't really exist to them. Nomura also said in the same question, where he said this will be our base early game, that the interior for the room is not complete, saying the furniture and whatnot haven't been decided yet, so the interior will be undergoing some changes. So the room we end up with will probably be quite a bit different from what we see in the trailer, which I'm happy because Sora's room was looking a tad bit empty. We gotta spice it up a little bit. I wonder if we'll be able to customize it ourselves, but I seriously doubt that. I think that might be going a little too far, even for Cage. But hey, who knows? In the same Famitsu snippet, Nomura talks about the theme for Kingdom Hearts 4's story. He says, this time I think the theme will be something akin to the contrast between people from different positions. This is something the master loosely touches upon in the cutscene during Union Cross's finale when he's talking to Darkness. So rather than a war of just light good, darkness bad, it's probably going to be a story discussing the philosophies of it and really testing our characters' wills and challenging their perspectives. I feel like if you look really deep into the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, into the ending of the secret episode, where you hear Yozora and Sora both say the classic Kingdom Hearts 1 opening quote, I kinda get vibes what Nomura is saying here. Like Yozora saying the same thing Sora is, but the way he's saying it might be from a completely just different viewpoint, perspective, everything. And that's the contrast between people from different positions right there that we're probably going to explore upon in the future, which is something that I always wanted, at least pertaining to Sora's character. I wanted to see Sora deal with or have dynamics with characters like that. We saw glimpses of these moments in the series past, but they never went super deep into it, which I think characters like the Master of Masters are going to be a chance for us to get a story like that. At least I hope. Anyways, I just wanted to make a small video talking about this after what Nomura said, since I found it interesting. Tell me some things you're interested in or you're imagining for Sora in this world in the comment section down below. Otherwise, if you enjoyed the video, you already know what to do. Leave a like, share the video with a friend or a family member, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to become a part of the union, all you have to do is hit that red subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out to you guys. Bye.
Now she's a daydreamer. She's always thinking about him. No more room in this picture. now she's crying.